Hi, my name is Tom Rodriguez. I'm in the band Matthew Reed. I'm going to go over the main guitar that I'm using, which is this tele here. It's a thin line style, but it has a couple of tricks up its sleeve. The top is 100% solid ash, and there's no plies. But the back, which is the main portion of the guitar, is alder, so it doesn't have as much brightness, has more mid-rangey kind of sound. And has a little bit more beef than the standard thin line. Now the other trick up its sleeve is going to be that this is hollowed out here and it's hollowed out here, so it's more like an ES335 style. Most 72 thin line reissues, and even the original 72s, has a chamber here and here. So what a lot of people will do is they'll mount a Bigsby on there. If they mount a Bigsby on, they'll mount a Bigsby on and it'll blow through the cavity right in here. If they're lucky, they'll hit, I guess, solid wood, but for the most part they'll run the risk of blowing through the cavity in here and it won't seat correctly. What I actually got is I got my Bigsby B50 completely modded by a company called zzguitar, which is a great company. Fred's an awesome guy, and he manufactures this right here. Basically what he does is he mounts the B50 on top of a metal plate that he has, so you don't actually have to drill into your guitar. If you look, I don't know if you could see it, but if you look here, there's actually a space where the thing is not actually touching the body, but it does have pressure points where there's felt pads, so it doesn't actually hurt the top of the guitar. I don't want to take the strap off because it's a pain in the butt, but he does supply 2 strap buttons that are massive. I mean, like, the screws are like this big. You are not going anywhere. Now, if you do have a regular 72 thin line, this thing is, it's just, I mean, you have at least this much wood, so it's going to grip all the way in, and then some, but this right here actually is not going to go anywhere anytime soon, better than strap lock. So the other thing is that the other strap button that he had, I actually installed straight through here because it has a chamber here. So there's maybe like this much space to be able to fit a screw right here, and it's not going to seat correctly. It's not, I mean, like, you run the risk of it kind of coming loose and falling out. So I actually drilled the screw straight into the heel block. It's not that big of a difference at all. It's more like playing with an acoustic with the screw in the heel joint. Other than that, this is the really cool thing. This is the thing that I was actually worried about, but at the same time relieved once I got it in. This right here is a patented 3-bridge compensated saddle. Now, I'm on top of playing in this band, I'm also a luthier as well, and I've played through and intonated and set up many guitars, too many to count, but this right here is probably one of the most unique bridges I've ever come in contact with because it's a 3-barrel saddle. Now, if you know anything about these types of saddles, they will never 100% intonate properly because you're only adjusting 1 screw here for 2 strings. That's why the 6 saddle bridges are actually more accurate when it comes to the intonation process, but this saddle system actually intonates 100%. I use a turbo tuner, which was up until like recently the most accurate tuner, stomp box style on the market that you could get, and it's a true strobe. I actually use a true strobe on my board, in which you can check out other videos of my board, and I have that on there. It's like awesome. It's super accurate. This thing actually intonates 100% perfect on this. So I mean, when I play a G chord here, it's the same here. So there's no difference whatsoever. It's really awesome, very accurate. Also, another thing is this, Bigsbys tend to go out of tune a lot. Fred has a product that I specifically wanted to try out. I've tried a couple other different types of products. I've tried graphiting the nut, things of that sort, but this product is by far the best I've actually come across. It leaves no mess. There's other products out there that are more oily based. This is a waxy based substance, and he has a stuff called Nut Rub. I put it everywhere where there's any type of point of contention or some type of tension from the strings on metal. So I put it here. I also put it up here at the nut, and I also put it underneath here, and I even put some underneath here. This roller pin, which also Fred pulled out and put a better bar here. The thing has sustained for days, and it stays in tune like a champ. Really cool. I use it every weekend for either church service or when we go on tour, and this thing is really reliable, and it's mainly due to the locking tuners and this system right here. If I would have had the standard Bigsby system, forget it, it would go out of tune. I have a Bigsby B7 on my Gretsch, and it stays in tune pretty well, but not nearly as good as this system right here. And that's about it.